Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. Today we are back with another match preview, this time for Manchester United versus Everton, of course, in the Premier League. Now, Manchester United come into this game sat in 7th in the Premier League table, having picked up 7 points from our last 15 available. Of course, in a very, very poor run, having been, well, overtaken in the league by both West Ham and Spurs in recent weeks. It's not going well for us, but it's going even worse for Everton, who are 17th in the Premier League and in real danger of going down, having picked up 3 points from their last 15. Frank Lampard hasn't quite been the appointment many Evertonians would have hoped he would be. Now, before we get on with the rest of the preview, of course, there will be a watch song for this game. That will be at, well, starting at 12 with kickoff being at half 12, of course, with Everton, Man United being the early kickoff. So please do tune in for that. Moving on and continuing with the preview, how do both these teams come into this game in terms of form? Well, like I said, 7 points from the last 15 for United, 3 from the last 15 for Everton. Looking at both teams' last games, Everton lost to Burnley 3-2 in what was a real relegation 6-pointer. Everton leading 2-1 thanks to 2 Richarlison goals. And then Jay Rodriguez and what's his name? Maxwell Cornet, that's it, scoring later on. And Cornet scoring was at last minute to seal the 3 points for the Clarets. And Everton, they look up Shoots Creek without a paddle, don't they? When it comes to United, we played Leicester. We drew 1-0 in a game where we were poor. No, there's no doubt about that. But that's what United are, aren't we? We are a poor footballing side. At the end, we could have won it. Obviously, we had a couple chances. Rashford and Alanga obviously going for the same ball right at the death. That really should have resulted in a goal. Sancho, I believe, had a chance. And in general, we had chances to win that game, but did we play well enough? No, we didn't. If we're looking at our previous game against Everton, that was, of course, while Rafa Benitez was still there. And that game did finish 1-0. Anthony Martial gave us the lead. And, of course, in the second half, it all went to shit. And Andros Townsend scored for Everton. Of course, then doing the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration. So, look, that would suggest the teams are well matched. But obviously, form-wise, while it's not loads better, we are doing better. 4 points more than them in the last 15 available. And we sit 10 places above them in 7th rather than 17th. They're in the relegation zone and they need to win this game. So do we. But I'd argue they need to win it even more than we do. So that's a bit of an incentive there for Everton. Also, before we get into the team news, big announcements. By the looks of things, Erik ten Hag will be Manchester United's new manager. ESPN have confirmed it. And Sky Sports have pretty much said it's done. My Manchester United haven't officially confirmed it yet. Well, as of when I'm recording this, by the time it goes up, maybe we have. But when it does get announced officially, I will go live or we'll make a video about it. Just depending on what I'm doing. Obviously, if I'm out when it gets announced, I'll make a video. If I'm home, we'll be going live, baby. But that's exciting, isn't it? Erik ten Hag should have finally we have a manager sorted for next season, and we can start to kick on and build, can't we? Let's go into the team news. And team news for Everton is it's not looking good for the Toffees, to be completely honest. They've got a lot of players out. Yerry Mina out with a thigh injury. Andros Townsend is out with a knee injury. Nathan Patterson, is it? He's out with an ankle injury. And of course, Donny van der Beek, obviously on loan at Everton from us, and he can't play against his parent club. So they are all missing for Everton. But how will Everton look to play? Well, I think they're going to go with a 4-4-2. That's how they've been lining up recently. Pickford will, of course, be in goal. A back four, it will either be Seamus Coleman or John Joe Kenny at right back. Centre-backs will be Ben Godfrey. And I imagine we're going to see either Mason Holgate or Michael Keane return to centre-back. Is it not Martin Braithwaite? Jarrod Braithwaite, is it? He played in the last game against Burnley. I wasn't too massively impressed with him. I imagine Michael Keane or Holgate will return to centre-half. Left back will be that Myalenko. up top, we're talking strikers. They're going to go Richarlison. They're going to go Dominic Calvert-Lewin. The midfield is kind of where it gets a little bit interesting. Doucouré probably will start. Allen is just back from injury. We don't know if he will start or not, but I imagine he probably will. And you're going to have Gordon on the flank, maybe with Iwobi on the other side. But I don't know. Everton right now, they're a mess, aren't they? And they could go with anything, to be honest. They really, really could. When it comes to Manchester United, we've got two, maybe three, maybe one player out. Cavani's he's definitely out. Calf injury. Of course, he's injured. He's a joke. Get him gone. Just get Cavani gone. Like I said at the end of last season, I didn't want him. I don't think he was particularly impressive. I thought he's a good player, but I never really got the hype as that other Manchester United fans had for him. And this season, further being proven right for me. Lingard was ill against Leicester. That's why he couldn't come on. Or at least that's what Ralph Rangnick said. So we don't know if he's like recovered. But I've put him on the list anyway. Same with Ronaldo, but Ronaldo will be fine. I'm pretty sure he's been in training. Lingard will most likely be fine. It's just been a precaution. And Luke Shaw, I don't know what's going on with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw picked up an injury for England and has come off in the two games back since that with injuries, with leg injuries. Apparently, it's effects from his broken leg that he obviously did against, was it PSV in 2015 under Louis van Gaal, which isn't great, is it? That he's still getting. Well, he's still having problems from surgery after that. Let's hope he's all right. I imagine he will be okay to play. If not, obviously that means Alex Telles. But we're not 100% sure if Luke Shaw will be out for this game. So I've put him on the list. With that all in mind, what team do I think Ralph Rangnick will go with today? Well, I think he'll go with this. I think he'll go David De Gea in goal. David De Gea isn't being dropped under Ralph Rangnick. That's clear. That's obvious. It's almost irrelevant to really go through, David De Gea is playing, because we know he is. Back four, I think he'll probably stick with what ended against Leicester, that being Dalot, Varane, Maguire and Telles. Look, I wasn't particularly impressed with Dalot, but I think he will stick with Diego Dalot. Midfield three, I think he will go with McTominay, Fred and Bruno. I think he just likes that midfield three, so I don't see why he would change it. If you look back to games like Atletico Madrid, that's what he played. He didn't start Pogba. I think maybe Ralph's getting ready and getting used to life without Pogba, considering he is probably going to leave in the summer. I don't know, but I don't think Pogba starts today for Ralph Rangnick. And as a front three, I think he will start with Rashford from the off. I think, obviously, he created that chance right at the death. I think that will kind of be enough of an incentive for Ralph Rangnick to start Rashford, because let's face it, they need Rashford to work himself into some form. Let's be honest here, Manchester United aren't going to sell Marcus Rashford. They believe Rashford is this Kylian Mbappe-like player. They're not going to sell him, so they want him to be played back into form, and I think that's what might happen today. Sancho on the left. Sancho has to keep playing. He's fantastic. His level has dropped in the last one or two games, but I have no doubt he'll get back to that level. We just need a bit of consistency. We can't expect Sancho to be consistent every game when every other player isn't either. Clearly, there's problems with this squad and this group of players, and we can't find consistency as a group. But you've got to keep your better players in there for me, and Sancho is that. And Cristiano Ronaldo, again, missed the Leicester game through illness. He's back and should start today for Manchester United. Now, when it comes to my team, it's fairly similar. Not crazy out there. So I've gone for David De Gea in goal. Like I said about Ralph Rangnick's team, De Gea is always going to be in there. He's better than Dean Henderson. Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire and Luke Shaw. I've kind of given up asking Maguire to be sold and not played. He's going to play, so I'm just going to throw him back in there. Wan-Bissaka, like I said, I wasn't impressed with Dalot against Leicester. I like Wan-Bissaka, so I'm putting him in there. Luke Shaw is a better left back than Telles. If Luke Shaw is available and fully fit, I'm playing him. If he's not, Telles starts. I wouldn't be too mad about Telles playing, but Luke Shaw, for me, should start. Matic, Fred and Pogba in the midfield three. I just think, look, either McTominay or Fred kind of has to play, don't they? Which one would I rather play? I'd rather play Fred, so put Fred in there. Simple as that, really. That would mean then Bruno Fernandes will move out onto that right wing, giving him kind of license to drift, let him come inside, let him work up and down, get crosses in to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's up top. Sancho's out on the left-hand side. Like I said before, he has to keep playing. He's fantastic, Jadon Sancho. I wouldn't mind him going out on the right and someone else moving over to the left. But I'm just going to leave Bruno Fernandes on the right and Sancho on the left, because that's where Sancho's been playing. And I think when you watch Bruno, he does often drift out onto that right-hand side. So starting him there from the off might not be a bad idea. So that is my team. And look, just talking about the game, it's going to be a tough one. At Goodison Park, the home fans are going to be up for it. They know how big this game is for them. United not in the greatest of form, having just obviously drawn with Leicester, lost to Atletico Madrid in the game before that. They're going to believe they can. If they turn up, they can take something. And the fans are going to be up for it. They're going to be singing. They're going to be so loud and trying to get behind their team, because it's life or death really for Everton. If they lose this game, they could go down. So they're going to be up for it. And it's not going to be an easy game for United. It really isn't. We got to attack early and just shut the fans up, really. Get an early goal if we can, and kind of kill the game off early and just see it out. None of this stupid defending, because Everton will give you a chance. We know that. We look at the Burnley game. But all Burnley's goals really comes from mistakes. Everton will give you chances. When you got Cristiano Ronaldo, you got a Bruno Fernandes, you've got Sancho, we should put one, maybe two away. We do that, we'll win this game. As long as we're not stupid at the back. And I think we can be that. Whether we will or not is a different question. I think we will be fine, though. I'm going to be honest. Everton aren't great. For some reason, I decided to watch that over the Champions League games. And Everton weren't good. They weren't amazing, especially defensively. They're a mess. And while they have got some players back in, the likes of Allen, I think this Everton team are beatable. Very much so. And I think we will beat them. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Now, if you have enjoyed this match preview, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Of course, there is a watch along for this game. Details are on my side. It's an early kickoff, so 12 start, kickoff 12:30. Anyway, let me know your predictions down below in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.